Hello, 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 and welcome to Get Comfortable by Lizana-Prodeaux. I am the voice behind Get Comfortable. My voice is a little probably exhausted right now, so just bear with me. I have a few messages today. I don't know if I'm going to break them up. I might break them up, but I got a few. The first one is some of y'all are feeling like throwing in the towel, and you're just over life right now. Like, not like you want life to end or anything like that. Nothing like serious or that far. But just that you're tired of holding everything up. You're tired of figuring everything out. You're over stretching yourself beyond limits you didn't know you had. Pulling from places inside of you didn't know you could pull from. Like, you're just tired. You're just over it. You're over it. And some of you want to throw in the towel. And some of you are trying to figure out, if I'm being obedient to God and I'm doing the things that He's instructed me to do, and He's telling me to do, the plan that He has for me, the plan that He wants me to follow, why does everything feel so hard? Why does everything feel so... Every accomplishment just feels so far away. Every triumph or every, obstacle that I have to take on is just like it's whipping my ass. Okay? And then you're looking around and you're just like, why can't I do everything differently? How come the way that I do things be different and on a straight and narrow when everybody else around me is doing things half-ass? They're skipping along and they're fine. Nothing's happening to them. They're not getting touched. But if I did the things, Lord, that they do, then I know I would be punished for it. I know that you would make an example out of me. I know that it just wouldn't go well. And in the midst of this message that I received, I heard two things. The first thing I heard is, your path is different because you are different. You can't do what they do because you're better than they are. There is a such thing as God having favorites. We know that because we read the Bible and we see that some of the people that were in the Bible, the stories, it'll say things like, after God's own heart, or God looked at that person, in a certain light, or he had favor with God. And it's the same thing with you. You might not know it because your role sometimes looks very difficult. And it is difficult. I'm not taking anything away from it. But what you have to realize is the shortcuts that people are taking in life, you can't take. And the ways in which you get to places is built from the ground up. No shortcuts. No fast ways. Like, you got to take this road because there's so much to learn. There's so much to be built on the road that you're taking, God doesn't want you to settle for a mediocre life, and that's not what He's trying to give you, because that's not what you pray for. And on top of you maybe not praying for it, God has a vision for you, and He's going to see it through, and so will you. It's just what has to happen. God led me to two scriptures. One I mentioned, I believe, a week or two ago, which goes, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. And that's exactly what I just said. We may not have asked for the things that's going on with us right now, or wondering why our path doesn't seem clear or clean or smooth as others. I'm going to give you an example. Earlier today, the thought of an old friend came to mind, and how this individual just seemed to get whatever it is they wanted. And it wasn't until this individual and I stopped communicating as much that things started to replay in my mind. This individual did a lot of illegal things that I wasn't aware of at the time. And they had friends that did a lot of illegal things too. So it looked like this person had everything. And in the way they did, but the way that they went about it wasn't the way that I thought that they had gone about it. And it's no shade, it's no judgment, because to this day I still love that person. The thing is, it looked so good and it looked so appealing to want to have the things that this person had, only to realize that how they got it, they couldn't keep it, because all that entire lifestyle kind of went down the drain when a lot of things began to unfold. So having to rebuild and start over from scratch and build a more sound foundation is what has to happen in order for that person to maintain that lifestyle. Or find some other things to do like before and kind of still end up in the same situation a few years, few months maybe from now. With myself and probably with some of you guys, we're not in a position where we can't even take that kind of loss, because people depend on us. We can't even take that type of hit where we can create a lifestyle for ourselves, our family, our community, our group, and then something happens to us where it all goes away, because we are being depended upon. And not only that, some of us, we are our only vessel for support and motivation. We can't afford to take a hit that way. We have to do everything from the muscle. We have to do everything from the bottom. And I'm going to tell you, it feels sweeter when you accomplish things after you've built it from the ground up. But sometimes we think we want things that we really don't want, you know? And sometimes we don't know what we want and what we need. But of course, our Father, who art in heaven, does. And so we can set out for a plan, but that's not the plan that God has in store for us, you know? The second verse that I was led to was one that I carry around with me, one that is near and dear to my heart. It is Jeremiah 29:11. I gotta find it. Oh, so I'm looking in the wrong book. Give me 1 second, because I want to quote it the way that it's written, and I don't want to say it wrong. Wait, it might not even be in this book. If you know that you've listened to some of my older work, you know that I have multiple books that have prayers in them and stuff like that. I just seen this the other day, but it's Jeremiah 29:11, which goes something like, I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, I believe. I'm sure you guys will correct me if I am wrong. But that's the thing. In this journey that we're on, God wants to prosper us. And in order to do that, we got to go through some tough times sometimes to come out on the other side better than we went in, right? So if this is you and you're going through something similar right now where you feel like all the walls are closing in, you want to give up, you don't want to continue doing what it is that you're doing, everything is just all over the place, and you don't know how much more you can take. You can take a lot much more. I know you don't want to hear that right now, but you can take a lot more. And you are being tested for whatever blessings you asked for, and even ones that you didn't. Okay, even ones that you didn't. And that's what my next word is going to be about, that I'm going to record right after this, because it's not the same word, but it's very similar. So, yeah, I want you to know that you're not alone. You're not by yourself. And I understand what you're going through. And I know how hard it is. I know how difficult it is. And I know that you are just over it. You're over it. I found it. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. Okay? So, yeah. That's what God is trying to do. Well, that's what God is doing. And just take a break. Take a breather. If you need some space, some time away from folks, or just a minute to yourself, or you've been working hard, you need to step away. Take some time. I'm not saying a long time, because you don't have a long time, but step away for a minute, because you're building something great. You're building something wonderful, and something that cannot be destroyed. And in order for you to do that, you have to be in the space that you're in now. This is a part of your victory. Can't have the victory without the other stuff too. You know? And who wants to really win something that's easy? That's really just given to them? I don't know. But not me. So, I love you guys to the moon and back. I really do feel like I'm talking to somebody right now, because of the way, how just easy the message is, and just how I just feel it, you know. You just having a tough time, and you wondering where is God in it all? I'm being obedient. Why are things so difficult? And I get it, but He's not far from you. Keep talking to Him, keep speaking to Him, keep showing up. He's gonna meet you halfway. He'll probably meet you closer than that. You know, and sometimes we gotta show Him that we're willing. We're willing to make changes, to make sacrifices, to go through the fire sometimes, so that He knows that, you know, it's real, and we really want what we're asking for, and what we are to give to Him. Because again, I always say, everything that we accomplish is not for just us. It's for the glory of God, mainly and truly. Okay? I love you guys to the moon and back, but of course God loves you more. Please take care.